Hey everybody, so we are back and we where we left off was step six, which is where you're going to be installing a premium WordPress theme on the domain that you registered in step five, not the one that you registered in step one, which is where you're building the actual directory itself. So at this point, we're just, we have a local niche site. It's your town. This is a local thing, your town plus niche. You want to get just the best domain that you can, a generic, good, keyword friendly domain in your town. All right. Now you have this, beautiful template installed on it that matches the niche or matches the market or matches the audience that you're going to be approaching in the next step, be it a lawyer, a contractor, a plumber, a doctor, a restaurant, a cafe, etc. All right, so step seven, and this is optional. I like to do this, which is create some content for the site that has a hyperlocal or a niche specific field, depending on whether you're doing this hyperlocally or as an arching, just general niche. So if it's a dentist, which is the example that we've been using for me, I would just create I would just take content that matched a dental practice and just add a little bit of it. Not a lot, you don't want to go, spend a lot of time on this, spend an hour or two, do some, you could put like a map, so that whoever's going to see this realizes it's so it has a local feel, and then put some, dental, whatever, you can copy and paste and just reword something from somewhere else, just so that it has something that's not just placeholder text. So when someone looks at it, it has that extra little pop, for lack of a better euphemism. All right, so step eight, now we're going to go and find 20 bad examples, or hopefully we have those already when we did our data collection earlier on for this project, but now we're just going to email or ping or contact or call those 20 bad examples. Now those bad examples would have either a bad website, they would have no website, they would have an old design, poor execution, etc. Some niches, some markets are going to have more of the bad examples than others. In my use case here that I'm using for, that I just kind of pulled out of nowhere, but the dental example may have less bad examples in 2017 than the restaurant business does. For an example, when I look at pizzerias in any given locality, I find lots of pizza places have literally a menu posted, like an image of a menu in a worst case example, or in a better but still bad example, they just have a menu that is, it just looks bad. I mean, it just doesn't look good. Or they have really old photography, these like really pixelated, shitty pictures. And that's their landing page. That's what people see. So, those are your ideal clients at this point. I mean, these are potential clients that whether they realize it now or not, you are bringing them such exceptional value by virtue of what you're about to do that they're going to rejoice at the opportunity to do business with you. So, and I encourage you, when you hear me say these words, go look for an example. There's a theme on ThemeForest called, I think it's called Marco, Marco. Go look at that and look at the pizza place examples that you can literally install in about 45 seconds, not minutes, but seconds. You can have a killer, pizza restaurant website literally in under a minute. And you just make modifications to that are going to be unique or specific to the actual, person who will buy or rent this from you. Step nine, you're going to pitch them the site you just created. Um, this is the important piece that you're going to get better at over time, but tell them you are from, Delray Beach Directory, com, and so they're going to see that, and you're going to offer them a featured listing. You're going to offer them an interview on your directory. You're going to offer them all this other stuff like coupons if you do that on your directory or your authority site. Whatever it is that you do, newsletter inclusion when you mail out general deals and offers to the folks who are subscribed in the public, to your community newsletter. I mean, any number of things that you can do to sweeten that piece of it. Oh, and by the way, then you're going to bring up the fact that you have, these 2 example websites that you started building, but that you just never finished for whatever reason. You had a client that backed out, or, you were doing this for a demonstration project. It's up to you how by the book honest you want to be about this example site, but you're going to say, this is available. Do would you like this? This is the cost. And then you decide whether you want to rent it for, $97 a month, giving you a $1,200 potential windfall from that hour of time that it took you to do that. Or do you want to sell it for $1,000? Do you want to give it to them for free and do SEO for $300 a month, and content marketing giving you a $4,000 potential or $3,600 windfall from that site? Do you want to do newsletter marketing? Social media marketing? You have the opportunity at that point to blow people away with value. You have the authority site the directory that you're going to feature them. You're going to give them all these sort of, priority of place and positioning on the site itself. Plus, then you're also going to hand deliver them this complete transformation of their, web presence, of their online brand, their aesthetic, their design, everything. You're going to give them that too. And oh, by the way, this is the fee for everything. Now, you give that to somebody for $600, the whole kit and caboodle. They're going to be amazed and impressed and inspired and grateful and thankful and all those good things. And in reality, it took you an hour to do that, or 3 hours if you have to go and email or ping or call 7 or 10 different places to get a yes. Not everyone is going to see the value in this. Some folks are just, a little bit more dense than others, or less interested, or maybe they don't have the money to invest. It matters not. You're going to find people who are blown away by this opportunity. So there you have it. Step 10 is just rinse, repeat, and you're going to scale this. So you could, when we go back up here, you could, or is it this one here, step 5, you could register 10 domains. And so you're only outlaying a little bit more cash than than the one. You can also go, you can include hosting. So if you have, like I use Pressable or WP Engine, I use them both. So you have these stacks of managed WordPress hosting that you can just, give someone a free hosting for a year. They can go and look at Pressable and see one site costs $25 a month. They're also getting that for free when they sign with me, or with you. So, there's so many ways to stack value and to demonstrate empirical value using this approach that you will not struggle for clients. All right. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's motivating, enthusiastic, or inspiring, or encouraging, or whatever the right word I'm searching for is. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I'm going to stop this now. Thanks.